After watching this video, you'll be able to describe how applications evolve to give rise to DevOps, list the 3 dimensions of DevOps, and describe some essential characteristics of DevOps. Let's not lose sight of the goal. What is the goal? Agility is the goal. You want to be doing smart experimentation. You want to be moving in market with maximum velocity and minimum risk. This way, you can gain quick, valuable insights to consistently change the value proposition and the quality that you deliver to your customers. There are 3 pillars for agility. One of the pillars is DevOps. This includes cultural change, automated pipelines, infrastructure as code, and immutable infrastructure. The second pillar is microservices and includes loosely coupled application design using microservices that communicate via REST APIs. Microservices are designed to resist failure and tested by breaking them and failing fast. The third pillar is containers. Containers are development-centric environments that give us portability and fast startup. They also enable an ecosystem that allows quick deploys with immutable infrastructure. I like to call this the perfect storm. Taken separately, these are impressive technologies on their own, but together they enable powerful change. You have DevOps for speed and agility, microservices for small deploys, and containers for ephemeral runtimes with fast startup. Ephemeral means lasting for a very short time. They're ephemeral because when a container goes bad, we don't try and fix it. We just delete it, replace it with a new one. These are throwaway runtimes. Tony Stafford says, DevOps starts with learning how to work differently. It embraces cross-functional teams with openness, transparency, and respect as pillars. That's a tall order. Does your organization embrace openness, transparency, and respect? That's what's required to become DevOps. Let's talk about application evolution for a moment. In the past, there was Waterfall with its monolithic applications deployed on physical servers, and then at some point in time, we migrated to Agile and used service-oriented architectures and virtual machines. And then DevOps followed, and now we're using microservices deployed in immutable containers. This has been an incremental evolution. We broke the monoliths into services, and the services were still large with service-oriented architecture. But we had embraced services as a design concept. Then we had virtualization in the cloud. This made things much smaller. And with DevOps, we have evolved again into microservices and containers to deploy them in. DevOps has 3 dimensions: culture, method, and tools. Most companies focus on the tools. Most vendors focus on the tools as well because that's all they can sell. Some companies also focus on methods, which are important, but the most important thing to focus on is culture. Atlassian says, culture is the #1 success factor in DevOps. Building a culture of shared responsibility, transparency, and faster feedback is the foundation of every high-performing DevOps team. If you want to be a high-performing DevOps organization, you need to change your culture. While tools and methods are important, it's culture that has the biggest impact. So, how do you change your culture? Culture is ingrained within us. It defines who we are. It includes elements such as language, our food, our values, our stories. It's extremely hard to change a culture. Countries have cultures. Companies have cultures. Many companies attempt to become DevOps, but fail to change their culture. This change must come down from the top and embrace from the bottom up in order for this change to happen. This is not an easy thing to do. So, how do you change a culture? You must change the way people think. They have to start thinking differently. You need to think about social coding and sharing. You have to change the way they work. You need to start working differently, working in small batches, using test-driven and behavior-driven development. You must change the way you're organized. A lot of companies don't get this. You must organize differently because organization has a direct impact on how you build things. Most of all, you must change the way people are measured. You must change your measurement system and measure differently because you always get what you measure. In the remainder of this course, we're going to explore the DevOps way of thinking, working, organizing, and measuring. In this video, you learn that applications evolve from waterfall development of monoliths to agile development of microservices. DevOps has three dimensions: culture, method, and tools. And the essential characteristics of DevOps includes cultural change, automated pipelines, infrastructure as code, microservices containers, and immutable infrastructures.